What's the deal, people? It's your boy Shani B. Of course, this is Brockout, and right now we're in my studio where I do so much. I record songs, I do voiceovers, I do my radio shows, I do recordings in there with different artists, and whenever people come to my studio, one of the things that they love most about my studio is that my record collection is around me. Everything is in here. I've been buying records since the age of 14. I've been working in record shops in Shepherd's Bush since the age of 14. And literally all of my money went on records. In the early days, I was a hip hop collector. And then in around like the late 80s, I started to collect reggae and dancehall and get into 7-inch vinyl culture. Now, once I entered into this, it was a madness. I used to live at Dub Vendor Records in Ladbroke Grove. Every Thursday, without fail, you can find me at Dub Vendor Records buying the latest 7 inches. I used to sell sandwiches at school just to be able to buy the latest 7 inches. Anybody who knows me from Burlington Danes and Maurice, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Once I got a little bit older, I want to say I got my bus. And what a bus is in a record shop like Dub Vendor is when they collect the records from under the counter and your pile looks like this inside a box. That meant that as a selector, if a new rhythm just came out, just say Showtime for argument's sake, every single piece that came into the record shop that week, I would get. And the difference between now and then is that you can go and download every single piece. That means that every selector has got the same set of records. Back then, if you missed that record that week, it may be weeks before it gets repressed again and sent back into the record shop. So for this series, what I want to do is just have fun with my music, because more time when I'm bored in the studio, I've made sure that my turntables are up. So I could just flick through records and get inspiration, find songs that other selectors or other DJs are not playing inside the club or that I can play on the radio, or just stuff for referencing. So basically, that's all I'm going to be doing in this series. Playing songs that you probably haven't heard in a long time from my pile of 7 inches. And here's a one. The very first one that we're going to draw for is from Capleton on the Exterminator label. Do you know what song it is? Can you hear the crackles and all the bumps?
Now we hear them talk about talk. Now we got the new talk.
He's probably got to skip, jump and everything. Bumba Red, Exterminator label. This is early Capleton, yeah?
Me get the new talk, fi spread. New talk, fi spread. Just tell them Capleton, me get the new talk, fi spread. Me get the new talk, fi spread. New talk, fi spread. Go tell them Capleton, me get the new talk, fi spread. Bumba Red, the lyrics a come out of me head. Bumba Red, Capleton you dreader than dread. Bumba Red, and a girl fuck with nam put the head. Bumba Red, go tell them say me a no coke head. Bumba Red, that coke we make you fine like a thread. Bumba Red, go tell them me a the girls they get red. Me get the new talk, fi spread. New talk, fi spread. Just tell the crowd of people get the new talk, fi spread.
Sometimes I really give thanks to know that we got downloads, because the way this record sounds is terrible.
Capleton you dreader than dread. Bumba Red, lick a shot in a and head. Bumba Red, lick a shot in a head. Bumba Red, they all them fi dead. Bumba Red, they all informer fi dead. Bumba Red, they all them fi dead. Me get the new talk, fi spread. New talk, fi spread. Just tell them Capleton, me get the new talk, fi spread. Me get the new talk, fi spread. New talk, fi spread. Just tell them Capleton, me get the new talk, fi spread. Bumba Red, where you going with Mildred? Bumba Red, you mean the man a sex upon bed? Bumba Red, then you mean upon the big stone you let? Bumba Red, you mean the man sex on him hood dead? Bumba Red, that mean your pony tongue won't reach red. Bumba Red, say Capleton you heavy and lead. Bumba Red, the general no walk and beg. Bumba Red, go tell them say me dreader than dread. Me get the new talk, fi spread. New talk, fi spread. Just tell them Capleton, me get the.
Now that is definitely early days of Capleton before he turned a Rasta. Bumba Red, that is from 1990, you know. Exterminator label from 1990, produced by Fatis Burrell. And yeah, that was Capleton in his rude era. Another record that I've just found here, and this is, what's the date on this? My eyes are bad. 1992 it says on the label. And another DJ, a DJ that a lot of people talk about but don't really know the knowledge about this DJ. Obviously suffered with like huge drug issues, but that did not detract from the quality and the songs that he was doing. And not even the quality, you know, it's really about his lyrical ability. Nobody did it like this this DJ right here, and it's on the JR label, which is Junior Reed's label. Do you remember the All Fruits Ripe, Get Your Fruit Tree? Well, this is the next piece from Baby Wayne, Can't Live So.
Yeah man, you look up one man, I go around and tell people say you feel nice and high, and jump off a 10-story building and with a thing man. Baby went for the case and look up cooking and you tell him, me say you can't live, you can't live so. Can't live, your mind I end up so you hear can't live, you can't live so. Can't live, your mind, yeah man, you can't live so. Every day you get up, paro, you can't live so. That boy you paro up into, you can't live so. That boy you run up so you can't live so. That boy you big and jumbo, you can't live so. Baby we no stop tell them so you can't live so. You where the baby echo me say you can't live, you can't live so. Can't live, your mind I end up so you hear can't live, you can't live so. Can't even tell them man. Well, watch him every day, I live like Eskimo with enough money today and then we broke tomorrow. You know what will happen when you find it. So him lick it out in the ice, get paro and pinto. As him wake up back at ice shop, him and go talk about him, broke and pocket malo. Belly back and feel so bad, all the inside allo. Make him $20 as the boy talk so. Well, a man shout, say me wouldn't give me tino. Come in, know a pork chop him, I go take it and go so. Can't live, can't live so. Can't live, your mind I end up so you hear. Can't live, you can't live so. Can't live, your mind I end up so you can't live so. Get up every day and borrow, you can't live so. That boy you power up into, you can't live so. That boy you big and jumbo, you can't live so. That boy you run up so you can't live so. Baby we no stop tell them so you can't live so. I gonna Polish tell them so you can't live so. Juna read stop tell them so you can't live so. Run it tell them so you can't live so. Did doesn't stop tell them so you can't live.
Do you remember what you was doing when these songs just come out?
Can't live so.
Was you even alive when these songs came out?
Even when I preach and echo me say you
can't live so, Baby Wayne.
Can't live.
Same rhythm as All Fruits Ripe. The rhythm is actually called All Fruits Ripe, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, because you may be thinking, why are you not just doing a mix, a vinyl mix with all these records? Like, on the real, there is no order to my records. Over the years of me, like, let me change over this headshot, because this headshot is falling off actually. Over the years of me, like, migrating from vinyl to CDs, then to computer, my records just got violated big time. Big time. Used to do mixes for my radio show, and what I used to do is just go to like my mum's house where my records used to be stored, and I used to just take out a pile of records and then do these mixes, random piles of records as well. This is like early One Extra Mix Lab days, just to get acapellas and all the rest of it. And I never ever put them back in order. So I may have like one record crate, the last record crate, probably 12-inch crate and 7-inch crate, that has got all these records in order. But otherwise than that, thousands and thousands and thousands of records are literally just scattered all around my studio. So for me, this was the only way that I could do a video like this, where I could dig into my record collection and play some songs that I haven't heard in a long time and probably you won't ever be able to find up online and be able to download. So our next Baby Wayne, I can't remember, because I'm sure this Baby Wayne, I'm sure there was like 2 cuts of this Baby Wayne, like a faster version and a slower version. This is the version on Mixing Lab label. And I can't remember if this is a slow or the fast version.
Yeah man, you look up boy, you go on a
The
preach boy,
faster
you have
version.
X amount of things and shut up people. Remember, don't a jailhouse and
So this is after like Mama and those records, early 90s.
I love jail. I wrote me one drop, this dedicate to the youth, will lick a paint pan and shot and save love jail. I wrote me one drop, dedicate to the one that brought Miss Matty, chop after you go on. So you run gone fi cutlass, and when you come back, a man you come chop after you go on. So you were done the post.
Oh, this sound like the rhythms that they're playing right now, like one of them bass hall rhythms. This may have to get beat back.
Baby, wait for them case again. Yeah man, you look a boy, you go on a preach boy, you have X amount of things and shut up people.
Producers.
Remember, don't a jailhouse and a nice here.
One of these days we gotta get Jasmine to do this with me.
Me no love jail. I wrote me one drop, this dedicate to the youth, will lick a paint pan and shot and same love jail. I wrote me one drop, dedicate to the one that brought Miss Matty, chop after you go on. So you run gone fi cutlass, and when you come back, a man you come chop after you go on. So you were done the most dirty, you can run coffee big gun, but X amount of shot after you go on. So you waste me for pork and crack. Use half a black dick, long man a ground flat after you go on. So can't believe you bow back. You dey a sell black a fan man when them hot after you go on. So well you just a think back when everything later on the padlock. Me no love jail. I wrote me one drop it dedicate to the youth. Well lick a paint pan a shot and say love jail. I wrote me one drop dedicate to the one who brought Miss Matty shop water. You hear prisoner cry, say prisoner beat him, all a black up him eye water. You hear prisoner ball, say prisoner bust up him head pan the wall water. Hear my beg the waterman friend, both him there prison, you know I'm from where the water. Hear my beg the waterman friend, my beg him call it the food where mother she a send water. You hear my beg the waterman friend, him mother send 20 cigarette, him give water 10 water. Hear my beg the waterman friend for move him from down a yet, I don't in a condemn, me no love jail. I wrote me one drop this dedicate to the youth, well he can paint pan a shot and say love jail. I wrote me one drop dedicate to the one who brought Miss Matty shop as you come in. All type of prisoner you have.
When you listen to records like this and then you hear the talent of somebody like Baby Wayne, you know, said drugs are an evil thing. Had a very serious drugs addiction. I didn't actually ever meet him because I wasn't even in Jamaica during them times there. I think when he bust 1990, 91, I was meant to be in Jamaica, you know, the funniest thing, but I was doing my school exams. So the ticket that I was meant to go to Jamaica on, my brother ended up going to Jamaica. And I remember my brother coming back with like a set of dub plates from Arrows and all of these. You know, as a matter of fact, I may draw for one of my Arrows dub plates in a second and play that and make you hear that. But yeah, that's when I first heard about Baby Wayne. R.I.P. going out to him. Big up his son. I believe his son's name is Ajani. We did a freestyle with him in Jamaica a couple of years ago. Very talented as well, but that is such a waste of a life. Now, the next song that I'm going to play is, and you see, actually, the other thing that I wanted to say about these songs here, like if an artist found a style or a melody or a flow during that time, he would take that flow and flip that on several different songs. As you heard, it's the same flow as a Mama that was on the Giggy Rhythm that came out on the Steely and Clevie label, I believe what was 1990. And for like me, I'm just talking right now, people. Any other facts that I do wrong, please in the comment section. I don't mind if you correct me because this is all like distant like past to me, or if not, you're going to see some little captions that just come up just down below of me with the actual facts. Now this song here, when Giggs was in the studio with me and he saw this, he just saw the label. And that's the next thing about these records. Like, labels are such an important thing. And this is a label that I didn't know nothing much about. Just an orange label, new look. I'm not too sure who was the producer behind this. Rotted. No, sir. Voila. Hold on. I've got to make a phone call for this one. I have to make a phone call for this one. I can't believe when we just see pan the sitting. Hold on a second. And he's not going to answer, you know. I know he's not going to answer. The person whose name I've just seen on this label, as I said, I know nothing about the label. I just remember it to be one of those random labels. It's my brother Bulpus that produced this. Now, I remember Bulpus also told me that he produced another version of Capleton, Them Not Like Me, Me Not Like Them. I believe it was on a blue label. Again, I can't remember the name of the label. The reason why I have to big up Bulpus is because Bulpus is a very integral part of Damian Marley's team that is Ghetto Youths International. If you've ever been on the Welcome to Jamrock cruise or just been around those guys or seen them, you would have definitely seen my brother Bulpus. And I promise you, I did not know Bulpus was a producer. Well, I'm Bulpus Akabe right now. Bulpus!
Yo, son.
You know, so I'm doing a little thing where I'm just going through a pile of records in my studio. And, you know, say, when I talk about it, I'm doing it to camera. I'm playing this song. I said I didn't know who produced this song. When I look on the label, who for name is he?
It was a boom boom, boom 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 boom, and the girl them grab.
Are you producer Sagia Bulpus?
Which one?
Boom boom, Ninja Kid.
Yeah, man. Then I made my tune there, man. Long time I did the thing from 92. 92, 91, them song that come out.
Because I know that you did, or you told me that you did the Capleton Them That Like Me, Me Not Like Them, which was, I believe, one of them came out on Roof International label, yeah?
One of them, Roof. Yeah, Roof come and one come out. Yeah, one come out. I think same label that my brother they put it out. But I think a big company, enough. A big company put it out to New York. Let me do remix it and put it out.
But
yeah, man.
So, but your version of the Capleton Them That Like Me, Me Not Like Them, that was on a blue label, yeah?
Yeah.
What was the name? Do you remember the name of that label?
DMB Promotion.
So how much label you did have? Bulpus, how much label you did have?
No label, about 4. Above, I'm still operate with 2 or 3 labels now.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, some never know.
You're right, but a long time you call it. If you say blue label, you know where you are, man.
You know what? We're going to have a proper sit down, you know, Bulpus, and go through your collection, you know, my brother. Because it looks like you got a serious catalogue out there.
Yeah, man. I'm a matter of fact, I have the music, them, but them not my business not organized. So me adapt me in the process now. I put everything together, license, get my song them register because them not register. Me have song, so that mean the process now. I get my thing together.
Because a lot of these songs are the classics, but they're undownloadable.
That's the point. So that's what I do now. I get everything up and running. Everything I put together now I start up.
Bulpus, let's say a word, my brother. We got link up, see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Sean, big up yourself, man.
Bless up, my G, man. See that, people? History. Real history as well. I did not know this was produced by Bulpus.
And the girls them grow up on a punani. What I'm mercy. Then Jackie them girl case. Alright, the girls. It goes a boom boom, boom 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 boom, and the girl them grab on your boom, nanny nanny nanny, boom 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 boom, and the girl them grab it up and sing. Can't skin out pan no head and balance on no back. One to deserve good is a good cock. Come to the road kid and you get that. I think attack me say right round the clock. Hear the road kid me a not fit cock. Me sit up on the rhythm and me no outfit. Oh no boom 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 boom, and the girl them grab up your boom boom, oh boom 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 boom, and the girl them. Watch again, rude boy. It's like she baptized, but now she turn back. And just to she remember the rude boy, cocking know the said cock. That's wet off like a rang. You know the girl pants if every see don't pendant. Last week she see don't she broke a little bag. Hear the rude kid just a sing and a oh no boom 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 boom. And the girl them grab up your boom, nanny nanny nanny, boom 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 boom. And the girl them. Oh the girl, what's that now? I saw up your front until it touch the sky. Over it, that is cool, him a die. Over it, Santa all a tell like he using money and a pony him a buy too wide. Boom 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 boom, and the girl them grab up your boom, nanny nanny nanny, boom 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 boom.
Now, people, I could go. I'm not gonna say I can go. We could play eras of reggae and dancehall music, but for this series, I really want to just concentrate on 90s because I think 90s dancehall is my specialist subject. When I come into the music, it was like late 80s going into the 90s. When I became a very serious collector, it was the 90s. Like, I love 80s rubber dub reggae. I love that whole Channel 1 sound. But for me, I had to learn that. And even now, I'm still learning that certain songs on certain rhythms and just some of the more obscure kind of cuts. But this stuff was my life. This stuff was the stuff that I was listening to at school. And me and my friends first heard these artists for a long time. The style of production was so fresh and intriguing at the time. That's why, like, if you just think about like the 90s, especially if you grew up in the UK, that whole ragamuffin bashment kind of era, the way that we used to dress, like, wow, the click suits, bro. Like, think about the dresses that we used to dress to all of these songs. Voila. You see, these records, it broke it up. And I saw my brother Colin Hines do a picture of a broken record the other day. These records you can't get again. I know the comments are going to be cussing me for the way that I treat my records. I apologize, but you know when you're young, you see when you're young and you don't even realize. Jeez, and I want to play this.
It's me talking, no other than Mr. Blim Blim Man. See? No, me want to get something straight to them you there, see? I mean, that's why I know we no stay on in line and keep inventing.
See? Alright. When I must be stumbling block. When I must be stumbling block. When
when I must say stumbling block. When I must say stumbling block. Baby, when I better move over. Baby, here come the tiger. Baby, when I better move over. Baby, here come the tiger. Buck up in a tiger, you buck up in a dead jump. Buck up in a dead jump, you must get clapped. Buck up in a tiger, you buck up in a dead jump. Buck up in a dead jump, you must get clapped. Baby, better move over. Baby, here come the tiger. Baby, when I better move over. Baby, you must say want a tranquilizer. Stop chat that, I mean invent that slang. Stop chat that, go and build your own slang. Stop chat that, I mean invent that slang. Stop chat that, don't get me wrong. Baby, when I better move over. Baby, originally me the tiger. Baby, when I better move over. Baby, you don't see me come stronger. You don't know who you are troubling. You don't know. I don't think you really know. You don't know who you are troubling. You don't know. I don't think you really know. You know, area. You know, area. You know, area. You know, area.
If you're of a certain age, you don't know this.
Area. You know, area. You know, area. You can't do nothing better. Do the something.
It's not an MP3 sticking. Oh man, I can't believe how that record is beat up. I'm gonna have to try and see if I can find that again. From 1992 on Tiger's, I believe it was Tiger's label. Hide and Seek was the name of the label. I do believe it was Tiger's label. Of course, the rhythm is the Bam Bam rhythm, Murder She Wrote rhythm, Santa Barbara, whatever you want to call it. And some of it says S. Dunbar on here, which is obviously Sly Dunbar. I don't know if he was involved in the session. I don't know if he was just credited because they knew that it was his rhythm. But that right there is a classic that I'm really hurt that is beat up in that kind of manner. And you're gonna feel my pain on all of these records, because this is when I was 16, 17, 18, playing in house parties, and you're juggling and you're flinging down records, and records drop out the back of a crate, in the back of a truck, this, that, the other. It's just one of those things. These records weren't to be collected. These were records to be used. Now, we played one Capleton already, but this Capleton, yassa, Uncle T label, if I'm right, is King Jammy's brother, I believe. Again, if I'm wrong, you're going to see in the footnotes at the bottom. This Capleton here, what year is this? This is it's not even got the year on it. Hasn't got the year on it. Mafia and Fluxy from the UK played the rhythm on this. And Mafia and Fluxy, big shout going out to those guys, because they have done so much in Jamaica. But can I be honest with you? I think any rhythms that they beat in Jamaica compared to any rhythms that they beat in England sounded different. And this was one of the discussions that we used to have back in the day, that the 110 volts sound warmer for some reason, because the electricity power is different. It's 110 in the UK, it's 220, 240. And we always thought, how do we get that sound from Jamaica? How do producers over here get that sound? The sound was always totally different. I don't even want anybody to argue with me, because the sound was totally different. If you got Mafia and Fluxy to do a session, because they were session musicians, if they did, and I didn't even know they were doing sessions from these early days, I'm going to be honest with you. But if they were doing sessions in Jamaica compared to sessions over here, I mean, a business where nobody wants to say, and you can talk about it in the comments if you want, they sounded different, bro. But this song here, another one. I got some Capleton songs that are my favourites, and they're all raw songs. This one, yes, sir.
Now what's this all for sophisticated girl? I'm kind of no give
I think we got Robert Allen. I'm sure sold this to me when I was a youth in dub vendor.
But I know what's this now? Have mercy. Yeah, you know. I'm going on a punani hunting, and I'm going on a punani ride. I'm going on a punani hunting. I'm going on a punani ride. That's why I say rough rider.
Wheeler, pam, yo.
Now what's this all for sophisticated girl? I'm kind of no give it a look at the girl. I'm to the max 24/7 straight up. Yeah, you know. All the chick up your vagina. What's this now? Have mercy. Yeah, you know. I'm going on a punani hunting, and I'm going on a punani ride. I'm going on a punani hunting. I'm going on a punani ride. That's why I say rough rider. They are layered go vagina. Watch me now, crowd of people rough rider. And they are go vagina. When I even know, watch it. Me ball who said that woman can shot. No wax Joe grind and him will tell you about that. Who said that woman can shot? No wax little any him will tell you about that. 16 enforcer and bragadap. And that certain girl a carry under them frat. Girl, hold up your one cause you not fire no shot. Ball it out you have it tight like a knot. Kick out your foot you have the suck it in back. Make sure you give a man you not fire no shot. Rough rider, watch it. No for the and go vagina. Yeah you me know me ball out rough rider. Watch it. And for the and go vagina. Watch it. Hear this. You lick a soft salve and it can't stop shot. You lick a paper salt and it can't stop shot. Watch it. Paper boats can't stop shot. Original rough rider you feel up on your cock. A gal lick a shot bulletproof stop that rough rider. Watch it. No for the and go vagina. Now you me tell them say a rough rider. Broke out. They are lay a go vagina. Broke out. They are lay a go vagina.
That, I'm so glad that's not broken or damaged. That record there, I think this was like one of my early 7-inches that I bought as a youth. This must be like 1990, 1991. I would have been like 16, 17 when I bought this record. Yo, that song brings back so many memories. Now this song here brings back so many memories. I remember when Chris Goldfinger first bust and Asher World Movements, and I say bust to me as a youth. And it was during that time where I think I was making that journey from being a hip-hop DJ into a dancehall DJ and hearing Rory and Stone Love and them mixing and juggling. And I was bad on the mixing from them. And my Jamaican brethren them was like, yo, Shani, this scratching thing what you do, if you do it with this, yeah, different levels, Shani, like your thing will... And I suppose that's their influence. Big up Wingy, my brother, R.I.P. to you, my bro. I remember listening, why I go back to Chris Goldfinger. I think it was Chris Goldfinger and Jimmy Magic, or I can't remember. But it was Chris Goldfinger, Asher World Movements. And they were juggling the All This Time rhythm. That's what I call it, worky rhythm. And I just, for some reason, well, I do remember why. I can't tell you that part of the story. I do remember why. I can't tell you that part of the story. Block politics, yeah? This song here I remember from that cassette.
Say no, woman you're not technology. Boom, from the man you wanna beat in stick. Say no, woman you're not technology. Boom, from the man you wanna beat in stick. Man you must be drinking some hot puss. You see a woman and you want beat it. Where you a go with your pick and stick? Where you a go with your ice fit? Say no, woman you're not technology. Boom, from the man you wanna beat in stick. Say no, woman you're not technology. Boom, from the man you wanna beat in stick. No matter how a man a pay down panic. No matter how a guy romantic, from a die kick you down. A man a this, woman you fi show him the exit. Jamaican girl them not technology. English girl them not technology. Canadian girl them not technology. New York girl them not technology. Because some man and a lover, them a just destroyer. Want to destroy the young daughter, them want kick her in a gut and all over. Them boy they a must murder a woman. Say no, because you're not technology. From no man you wanna beat in stick. Say no, woman you're not technology.
I think that song from Flourgan is probably one of the first songs that I remember from in a dance that went against domestic violence. Because there was songs in the 80s that would be like, what the hell the police can do and all them kind of things there. And regularly in dancehall records that you will hear, I feel lick down me woman, that could have never happened to me because me would have rare, this, that, the other. And I think that this record, if I remember rightly, from my knowledge, this was one of the first records that I heard that spoke up against domestic violence. So big shout going out to Flourgan, Penthouse label, worky rhythm. Again, if I could find all these records, Wayne Wonder on this rhythm, on this, like those Wayne Wonder records are the Wayne Wonder records that I love. He knows if he does a session for Shawnee B and One Extra, yeah, no letting go and all that. You're right, bruv. All This Time, Eternal Flame, mate, so many songs on the yellow Penthouse label. So this is the first edition of Pile of Sevens with Shawnee B. If you've enjoyed that, if you really want me to like when I tell you, so the cases, if I spin the camera and fly the case, it's a madness, bro. Like, I remember somebody stole my records years ago. When they flew the case, the 7 inches were flying out of the case like bats from hell, brother. I was like, that's mine. And why I know that is because on my 7 inches, there's always a B, Shani B. So if you want more of that, let me know in the comments. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. I didn't know, should I do it on TikTok? Should I do it on YouTube? But I just feel that for that longevity, for people to be able to sit down and really for me then to be able to reflect on the comments, that I think it's for YouTube. So yeah, Shawnee B uncut, pile of 7 inches. What we saying? See you next week.